It's been a few weeks since our last video, scumbags, but JedtheZed is back for video number 4 in the Basics of Scum Paradise series. This video is all about metabolism. Yes, that's right, metabolism. Besides being a pain in the ass word to say, metabolism is extremely important in Scum. Just like in real life, if you don't keep a balanced metabolism, it will wreak havoc on your character. Having low energy will cause your character to become slow, lethargic, can't shoot well, can't run right, and basically you turn into LJ. Don't be like LJ. Anyways, the main metabolism categories are as follows: health, energy, stamina, and hydration. You can check the percentages of these on the bottom left of your screen. The first one is health, and is actually one of the easiest ones to maintain. Normally your health is at 100% unless a few things happen. You are hit by a zombie, a mech, you fall off something, or impale yourself on something. The best way to increase your health is to patch up with a rag strips, or emergency bandage. Depending on the energy, it can take some time to heal. Another way to have less than 99% is your overall targets are really bad for an extended period of time, but we'll get to that in a few minutes. The next category is STA, or stamina. Your stamina is normally dictated by how much running you are doing. If you are on a run, you'll notice that your stamina will decrease quickly. You will also notice your stamina will decrease at a slower rate if you are in a jog. Normally, walking will not lower your stamina. The amount of gear weight you are carrying, or if you have water in your clothes, will cause your stamina to decrease quicker. The best way to bring your stamina back to 100% is simply hit your action key, which is usually tab, click on actions, then click on the button to lay down. This will allow you to recover your stamina the quickest. The last two categories are ENG or energy and HYD or hydration. These two are the most advanced categories, so we'll be spending the most time on these. Energy is normally connected to your overall targets that I briefly mentioned before. To find your metabolism, click on Tab and go to Metabolism. This section may look intimidating, but we'll explain what most of this means, or at least what you need to focus on. When you first create your character, most of the indicators for your character will be in red. That's normal, and I'll explain how to raise those indicators. The energy category has a direct correlation with 1/2 of your targets. Your targets are made of calorie balance and water balance. Vitamins and minerals help to make up your calorie balance. The most important thing you need to know is your calorie balance. It's very important to keep your calorie balance above 0. Once you fall below 0, bad things can start to happen. There are 8 subcategories for your targets: protein, carbs, fats, fiber, water, and I'll explain that in a little bit more detail in a few minutes, sugar, saturated fats, and lastly, sodium. Obviously, the goal is to get each of these subcategories into the green, which will then allow your targets above 75%. Eating foods will naturally increase those subcategories. So, example, like in real life, cooking and eating meat will help increase your protein and sodium. Eating cheesecake or actual sugar will increase your sugar. Eating fat will increase your fats and your carbs. Everything is related to one another when it involves food. There are quite a lot of ways to get vitamins and minerals in the game, and I'll link to a page that explains that in a little bit more detail. As I mentioned before, the HYD or hydration category is also important. Just as you want to keep your calorie balance above 0, you also want to keep your water balance above 0. If your calorie balance is below 0, it will affect your overall energy, and if your water balance is below 0, it will affect your overall hydration level. The quickest way to increase your hydration level is, well, drink water and other liquids. You can drink water from a well, a stream, a filled water bottle, or even drink soda, milk, liquor, or other liquids. The last thing I want to focus on is your BCU digestion monitor. Most of the time, people ignore this, except when it hits you at the worst possible time. This is made up of how much you eat and drink. Your stomach volume can stretch to about 110% until you have to throw up. Throwing up will completely destroy all the good you did in trying to correct your targets. Just like in real life, everything in your stomach that was there to digest is now all gone. Your intestine volume is made up of everything you drink. If your intestine reaches around 70% to 80%, you're going to have immediate explosive diarrhea. It's just as bad in the game as it is in real life. Again, you will lose precious water that was going to help rehydrate your body. Colon volume is how much, you have to let loose. Your character is going to show signs of that dreaded number 2 once you reach about 50% or higher, and it's going to show the white text on the bottom left of your screen. You also need to watch your bladder volume, as you're going to have to do the pee-pee dance at around the same ranges. Although some people wait till it's past 100%, which isn't recommended because high stomach volume, high intestinal volume, high colon volume, or high bladder volume will force your character into an immediate action. Imagine being chased by a zombie and you're running for your life, and because your bladder is at 105%, your character stops running and you immediately start urinating. Or you're in a gunfight, and just as you're aiming down your sight, your colon volume is at 101% and your character immediately throws down his or her gun and starts taking a dump. There is absolutely nothing you can do until your character is finished. So as I said above, it's very important to monitor your BCU. So basically I'm going to wrap this up. The main categories are health, stamina, energy, and hydration. Each of those are broken up into the metabolism section. Your food dictates how much energy you have, and liquids dictate how much hydration you have. Your targets are merely dictated by your proteins, carbs, sugars, etc., and also vitamins and minerals come into play. The last part is your BCU digestion monitor, which I explained a few minutes ago. Like I said, it can be quite extensive and complicated, but just focus on your calorie balance and your water balance being above 0% all times, and make sure your BCU monitors are below 50% so you aren't forced to do something you don't want to do. I hope this has helped you out a bit. I know it's a lot of information, but knowing this will help you in the game. This has been JedtheZed, and I'll see you all on the Scum Paradise server.